This is Restaurant Startup. Up first, Anthony Marini and Chris Gaskill, two best friends from Philadelphia with an unusually fresh take on fine dining.
The Rarest is unlike any restaurant concept you have ever seen in the United States. We are a restaurant that specializes in meat and fish preparations that are raw or cooked rare. Chris and I came up with this idea together.
Anthony and I met in 7th grade. We were 12 years old. We've been through a lot together, and after 30 years of being best friends, the bond we have makes us a natural fit to make this restaurant work.
I was a successful chef in Birmingham, Alabama. And in 2007, unfortunately, I had to close my restaurants because I was going through a very bitter custody battle. Now I'm back in my hometown of Philadelphia with my young son. This potential investment would be like a second chance for me. Hi, I'm Chef Anthony Marini.
And I'm Chris Gaskill, and we are The Rarest.
At The Rarest, we believe in sourcing the best meats and freshest caught seafood. We have so much pride in these ingredients that we feel it would do them justice to prepare them in the purest form, rare cooked or raw.
Now, I know raw is a tough sell, but 30 years ago, sushi was relatively new in this country. And now you'll find it everywhere from a 3-star Michelin restaurant to your local supermarkets.
I know how to run restaurants. I'm a graduate of the Culinary Institute of America, and I owned 2 restaurants in Birmingham, Alabama.
To open our first location in Philadelphia, we are asking for a $225,000 investment for a 30% share in The Rarest.
This is a really daring concept, and we don't want you to miss out on a rare opportunity.
Nice to have a chef owner who's had some experience owning restaurants and CIA, so you're very well qualified. It's good. One of us.
Thank you.
Why don't we taste the food? A favorite part.
The glass plates next to you, gentlemen, have 4 different style of crudos. We have an Arctic char with a wasabi tobiko and dill. We have an Asian style ahi tuna. We have butterfish with black garlic and ono with green grapes and pickled turnips. We also have the steak tartare.
Let me start with the crudo. The fish is cut well. You can tell that you know your way around fish butchery and how to handle a knife. The flavors are assertive. The temperature's right, the texture's right. It's a pretty presentation. I like it.
Yeah. Every one of these dishes has great stuff on it.
Okay.
But I think the char, I mean, it's just got so much roe where I'm really just get a bunch of roe in my teeth.
Okay.
I don't mind that, though. I like it. I get what you're saying, though.
I'm talking to them right now.
I'm just giving you my opinion of what you're saying.
I think the tartare is quite good.
Thank you.
Really good. That's important to me. And I think if you make a good steak tartare, people buy it.
You're serving all lean proteins. You don't have any carbohydrates, no pasta.
That's what the original concept was, yes.
It's great to focus on raw foods, but to have it drive the entire restaurant, you're limiting a lot of the customer base. I think you really need some cooked items.
You know, I would have absolutely no problem with doing that.
All right, take us through on the projections. So how much revenue do you project to make in a year?
Almost a $500,000.
What?
What? $500,000 restaurant in a market like Philadelphia, with what labor costs, with rent costs, you're out of business. You can't even keep the lights on.
I was trying to be conservative.
What's the check average?
About $40 per person.
It's pretty cheap.
That's cheap.
To serve these
I was
kind of
looking
proteins.
for it to be more approachable.
Approachable doesn't have to mean cheap.
Let me ask you this. What brought you to Alabama?
A teaching position at a small cooking school. I met somebody. We ended up having a child.
Okay.
We dissolved our relationship soon after the first restaurant opened, and I had a choice. Either keep my restaurant open or fight for custody of my son. I decided to fight for custody. So all the profits got used up pretty quick. After almost 10 years of fighting, now he lives with me, and I chose to move back to the Philadelphia area, be closer to my family. I now want to, go back to what I was meant to do.
Wow. So what's your deal?
The best friend. I'm the guy who's going to show up and do anything he needs. Though I'm not a professional restaurant person, I'm a high school teacher.
You have no restaurant experience at all?
No.
No, he does not.
So am I investing in just you and you drag him along? Is he part of the deal? How does he work into this?
I have a company, and he is going to take 10% of that company.
So he's a sweat equity partner.
Sweat equity.
He's a sweat equity partner.
Who's never had any experience in the restaurant business.
That doesn't matter to me.
Matters to me.
I would hire common sense over experience any day.
You're going to have to prove yourself in some way.
And I will. Absolutely.
And I believe that he will.
The logo, I like. The name, I like. How did you come up with the branding and the image?
I wanted to have something very simple yet bold.
You guys did that?
I did the original. He came up with the name.
I think the circle, the name, It's really good looking. The only problem I've got right now is where in the world in Philadelphia are we gonna buy something for $225,000?
I have researched a lot of properties through business brokers, commercial real estate agents. We would like to have ultimately a 2,000 square foot space.
What's the rent?
$3,000?
I can't believe you think about that. That doesn't sound right. I hope you're not bullshitting me.
I'm not.
All right, guys. An interesting proposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Next up, Wendy Cross and Bill Woolridge, a food truck team from Atlanta with a Southern take on a Latin American favorite.
Welcome.
I'm the owner of Wow Food Truck. We do Venezuelan sliders, which are griddled corn cake arepas with a little bit of a Southern twist. When I first started the food truck, it really was a passion project for me. I had done extremely well in real estate for about 15 years and made really good money. But in 2012, I literally woke up one morning to find out that my financial advisor had stolen everything.
Wendy lost her money right before I met her. Everything was turning upside down.
This food truck became my livelihood. We need this next step, and this opportunity will allow me to have my life back. Hi, I'm Wendy Cross.
And I'm Bill Woolridge, and we're Wow Food Truck, the #1 food truck in Atlanta, Georgia.
WOW stands for Wonderlicious on Wheels.
Arepas are a Venezuelan savory griddled corn cake like a slider. We cut them open, lay in some delicious slow roasted meats, and finish it with our signature kiki sauce.
Kinky?
Kiki.
Not kinky.
Like
Kiki.
Kiki.
Okay.
Kiki sauce.
That's a whole different kind of sauce.
Kiki sauce is a cilantro, lime, garlic, and jalapeno aioli.
We really feel like the arepa has the potential to be as popular as the burger. And it's time to take Wonderlicious off wheels and give it a permanent home. That's why we're asking for $300,000 for 25% ownership in our company. That money, along with $100,000 of our own money, we will be able to start up a fast casual arepa bar in a really great upcoming neighborhood in Atlanta.
Let's taste this food. Let's see.
This is slow roasted and smoked pork over cheese grits with barbecue sauce and chipotle cream and topped with kiki sauce.
What kind of cheese?
Cheddar. And then the arepas have a smoked pork and cheddar.
Who makes a grit?
I did the grits too.
Grits are delicious.
Thank you.
What are you using, like pork butts, or what kind of cut you use?
Yeah, bone and pork butt.
You know, this is good. It's like, I like it better than I wanted to like it. Someone has some culinary intuition who's making this taste really good. But it seems very brown and unsexy.
I mean, I think that can be easily fixed with some,
Thinking the word garnish.
Garnish.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sex it up. I'm gonna put some green on it to enhance the brown.
Yeah.
The arepas were good, but it was food truck food. So I think there's definitely room for improvement. Walk me through how much each of these items are.
The amount of money that it costs for the 2 arepas will be anywhere from about 60 cents to 90 cents, depending on the meat that we're using.
Food cost.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what are you selling for?
$4 a piece.
This plate would cost $8.
Yes.
That's where we're gonna make some money.
That's really good.
Our food cost is really low.
Corn and pulled meat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one thing I need to understand, what's the relationship here?
This is my chef. My wife is 50% owner.
So we're negotiating with you?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So let's talk about the revenues.
In the first year, we grossed over $250,000. In the second year, we grossed over $380,000.
What'd you bring to the bottom line?
33%
Profit?
profit.
That's pretty impressive.
Pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
We have a cult following in Atlanta. It's like we're printing money.
I like printing money.
Yeah. I thought you might.
Figured.
We gotta talk about this. What is this?
Yeah, there it is.
I like it. I think if we go to brick and mortar, we'll have to lose some of the kitsch and go a little more
I
serious.
want to lose the kitsch.
By the way, is the truck in the deal?
The truck is in the deal.
Okay. So let's walk through the 300K. How are you gonna spend it?
We have a great location picked out. It's 2,400 square feet at about $19 a square foot.
Cheap.
Cheap.
So how much is it going to cost us to build it out?
About $390,000 to $400,000.
You put in 100, I put in 300. Would you be willing to put in more?
I would if I could. Unfortunately, I was the victim of a Ponzi scheme. My financial advisor had stolen my entire life savings to the tune of about 400 grand.
Ouch.
Fortunately, I have an amazing family. They loaned my wife and I money to stay afloat, pay the mortgage, and to keep the food truck running because that was what was so important to me.
I like the fact that you are so committed to this.
I don't do anything half-ass. and I don't do anything under 110%.
We have a lot to think about. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, I love today's overall theme because food is a very powerful thing, and the fact that people can find redemption either for their pride or for their pocketbook through a food ambition is something that I want to be a part of. But redemption only goes so far because this is about investment and finding a place where we can park our money, make it grow.
So we're going to pick one of you and give you $7,500, 36 hours. Take our space right here and turn it into the restaurant that you think you should have. We'll watch how you perform and decide whether or not I want to make an investment or Joe make an investment. We may do it together, or neither of us make an investment.
Both concepts have their pluses and minuses. I think that on Brera's side, we have a chef who brings a lot of experience to the table.
I think, Anthony, that your idea is a unique one, but I really don't know what my man here, Chris, I don't know how much of an asset he'd be to me as an investor. Wendy and the Wow Truck, you have an existing business. That's a huge pro for me.
I think you guys have captured a very interesting food category. That being said, it's certainly not sexy.
So we can only pick one. This is where we get down, you know, as I like to say, where the cow eats the cabbage.
Hungry entrepreneurs.
This is my American dream.
Get one shot to open their dream restaurant. You impress, we invest. Restaurant Startup, all new Tuesdays on the fastest growing cable network in primetime, CNBC.